Yep.
And we're live. Boom. Post Zero, the best show on the internet. Of course, maybe, perhaps. Depends on who you ask. Why are your 30s so great? A question asked by Dante, because of course Dante is a young whippersnapper, only like 21 years of age or something. I don't really know. I don't really care. But he asked, what makes your 30s so great? As you know, our Lord and Savior, Rollo Tomasi, pointed out multiple times. Now, 30s will be around where a man, right around there, kind of peaks. Maybe not necessarily peaks, but gets on his stride in the sexual marketplace. So today we're going to talk about what made our 30s so great. But first, of course, gentlemen, have you been?
Can't complain, dude. It's been going nice. This past week has been amazing, honestly. Just hitting the gym, doing my thing, getting some insane gains.
Very busy.
Hell yeah.
My new job's got me working a lot of days, but hey, it's good. And they're flying me back out to Virginia today, so I'll be busy today, or this evening rather. So I'm starting the morning though with you guys.
Aww. With the Sunday morning cartoons. Mish, stop humping your damn mic.
Oh, is that what that noise was?
Jesus Christ.
It's either that or the cow.
Oh yeah, I
No
remember
goats
that.
today.
Nuke, how have you been?
I've been great. Thanksgiving was nice. I invited a whole bunch of friends over. I made the turkey. It's the holidays, so nice little rotation of nice Catholic girls or Christian girls. And dog is good. Tadash is doing good, and I'm taking care of a corgi who's sitting on the floor being lazy right now. They're both the same age when they get along. So, just causing havoc on Twitter as per usual. So, yeah.
As is tradition. As is tradition. So, Gov, how was your Thanksgiving anyway?
Oh, it was really good. Spent it at or with my girl. We went to her sister's place who made some really killer good food. And yeah, probably one of the better Thanksgivings in a while. And then spent some more Thanksgiving yesterday with my side of the family, who was busy on Thanksgiving otherwise, actually working and whatnot. So it was good to catch up with them last night. And yeah, lots of good family time on both sides.
Okay, good to hear. Well, I know, celebrations for freedom aren't celebrated in the Middle East, so I don't have to ask Mish. Like it's normal to shoot a bird there or a goat.
Yeah, obviously. Or throw somebody off.
Yeah, something like that.
How was that election?
you
I
know,
heard there
your
was like
annual-
a protest.
Mm.
I don't know, dude.
protest.
Like, we don't have any protests over here. Like the only one I remember was like a decade ago or 14 years ago, maybe. They just snuffed that stuff so quick. It doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean they got rid of the protesters real quick there, I think. But what Mish can tell us about, if he would like to, Mish, what makes a man's 30s so great?
Honestly, this question, like when Dante asked it, I felt it in my bones because my 20s was not good, dude. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was busy working, and life wasn't good for me. I was overweight. I let myself go. But the moment I hit like maybe 31, when I started taking care of myself and losing weight, getting in shape. I mean, it's given if you don't fuck up your 20s, your 30s is gonna be amazing. That's how you get high in the SMV. That's how you get paid a lot of money, because a lot of it's people just respecting your age. Because in your 20s, like people are gonna look down on you because they always think that you're that kid who doesn't know shit. And I mean, given in your 20s, you're gonna be that kid who thinks he knows everything. Once you hit like the 30, it just hits you like a truck, dude. Like, everything just starts to calm down a little bit. I don't know what happens, probably something with the body. as you age towards your mid 30s, it gets even better. You stop doing the crazy stuff. I mean, within reason, but you're gonna notice that you're gonna be making a lot of money. You're gonna be, higher on the SMB. I mean, like I said, it's all given. If you're taking care of yourself in your 20s and your early 30s, people will start to respect you. Respect means, you're gonna be reaching newer places in your job place, or like getting better job offers or whatever. Women are gonna be, more inclined to be attracted to you because you're gonna bring some stability to the relationship, maybe wisdom. I don't know. I don't want to say wisdom, but I don't know. I can't find the word, but I think you guys understand. You're not like that 20-year-old who just wants to have party, and just go crazy all the time.
No, now you're 30. You just want to stay home, wrap a blanket around your legs, and watch the TV. Drink some hot tea. That's all you want to do.
I mean, in your 30s, I mean, you can go and have fun. I mean, like Nuke, he's going out and having fun every week. He's dancing. He's having fun. Gov, he's doing the same thing. You do the same thing. I do. Like, we can go and have fun when we want to, but like, we do have, we know when to have fun and when not to have fun.
Wait, we know how to have fun, when not to have fun?
No, we know when to have fun and when not to have fun.
Oh, like that. Yeah. Like, no more fun after 9 p.m. That's bedtime.
Or I got stuff to do today, and I won't put it behind me, I won't. Yeah.
I mean, and Mish mentioned it, like, as long as you take care of yourself in your 20s, we might want to get into that. Like, things you could do in your 20s so your 30s will be better. If there's one thing I'm happy about, is that I don't even know if I trained myself to do it or if I just started listening to my body more, was that just go to bed early and listen to your body instead of forcing it to stay awake, which now is very beneficial to me, because the first things I can do in the morning is like some online work and go to the gym, where it's like my side also is taken care of, my body is taken care of, together with a walk, mental health and cardiovascular health is taken care of. Those are all things I made a habit of in my 20s, which now in my 30s has helped me tremendously to just stay, just stay healthy, be more developed in a healthy manner. Gave me a lot of time to read, to listen to audiobooks as well. So it was an intellectual stimulus. It taught me a lot about money as well, because I love those financial podcasts and books about like financial wealth, which now in my 30s I have all reaped the benefits of. So those, I think that the 30s, if you do it right, would kind of be the reaping period of what you've sown in your 20s, if I'm saying that correctly. Gov, you want to hook into that?
Yeah, I would. I mean,
I would love to hook into that.
So I've noticed as well that being in my 20s, things like that, I was much more of a less confident, depressed, anxious mess, like we were kind of talking about before. And coming into my 30s, I've come to realize that everything isn't as rushed and crazy as it probably should be, and I can actually take things a little bit more slowly and from a more matured approach, and that includes things like finances. If you would have told me in my 20s, to watch some finance videos and listen to some radio shows, things like that, I would have thought it was so boring. Like, I would have thought, man, what a what a boring way to live your life. We just need to get all the cool stuff we can. And I want to say, like I always tell all the youngsters now that ask me what it's like to be in my 30s, just wait a bit. And being in your 30s, you can feel like you are in your 20s, but with money. And then you can get yourself some cool stuff, But before that, yeah, I would have never thought it 10 years ago. And now here I am doing probably better than I've ever done before. And still always some things to work on here and there, but there's always room for improvement. And I know that there's enough time to do it.
Oh my! You bring something up. You bring up a good point. I remember in my early 20s, I was so rushed. I was so rushed for everything. Like, but friends of mine have a girlfriend. Friends of mine are gonna live together. Spoiler alert: they end up didn't going, but and they're going to college, and I'm not going to college. People are gonna leave me, and blah 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 blah.
Yes,
and it all turned out to be one giant nothing burger. One giant nothing burger. The world did not end. You had way more time than you think. And it's just...
I thought about that too. Like if I had... The only thing I wish... I guess when it comes to former lovers, girlfriends, plates, whomever, part of me wishes I could tell myself back then, you're not going to make it with her. So focus on this instead. But at the same time, I like to see them as lessons learned. And that's another thing that you carry with you into your 30s is experience and lessons learned. And you can use that, and you can be the old man to tell the kids, here's what you do. And then they're not going to listen to you and go, such a boomer.
Oh yeah. It's like the 30-year-olds are then boomers. Go ahead.
Gov says a really good thing. Like being in your 30s is like feeling like you're in your 20s but with money. You're still young, and you have the money, you have the time, you have the energy and everything. Also, he said something else that resonated with me well. That whatever happens in your 20s is just lesson learned. That's a very good thing. As long you don't want to be the man who's still hung up on things in his 20s and still hurt and still mad or whatever, exes left you, or that job messed you up, or fucked you over or whatever. It's a lesson learned. Just take it, learn from it, and move on.
Nuke, you've been quiet.
Yeah. So your 30s, a lot of things happen behind the scenes. And I think, first of all, I'll tell you what one of the biggest lies is. They say that men mature when our brains mature at 30. I think that's BS, right? I think what happens is you mature in your 20s, but then your 30s is when you start getting paid back for all those good decisions that you made, right? Because if you matured when you were 30, then that's when you would start making good decisions. But I made decisions starting when I was 24. I said, I can't drink 3 times a week. I better stop that. So when I'm 30, I'm healthy. I'm like, oh shit, I was mature enough to make a decision. So that's things that girls say, because they think that men, the things that make us attractive take longer to achieve. But that doesn't mean we turn 30 and all of a sudden we're like all of a sudden this super smart person. Yeah, out of nowhere. We were just not we just didn't get the pay, but we didn't reap what we were sowing yet until we hit 30. But I will say, a lot of things, the 30 is a round number. So it's like the measuring stick by which we use the end of a decade of life. What ends up happening is when you hit 30, you kind of stop caring about things you don't have a lot of power for, because when you were in your 20s, you're really altruistic, like climate change and women's rights or whatever you were into. Equality.
Who were you when you were 20?
Politics. Well, not me, but the average college person.
I do remember
was
being
really into climate change and all that stuff. And then
the only thing I remember that I was kind of like, why would you be against gay rights? 10 years later, we found out.
Yeah, you were trying to be like a messiah for society. Like the millennials, we were taught that we're going to be the ones that fix society because we were so smart and special. And then you go through your 20s, and you realize I'm not special and no one really cares. They just want me to do my job and I get paid and all that. No one really cares. And then you get sad, like no one cares. And then you get to 30, you're like, wait, I have money. I have more
and
time.
No one cares? Oh my God, this is the best.
Job now. I don't have to be slaving away. Yeah, and no one cares. Yeah, and then
no one cares?
So one day I was just like, I dated a girl, and then I went on a date, 2 girls in 1 week, and I was like, I was looking around like, wait, no one cares that I did this. Have you heard the joke of where like you go to the store and you're like buying groceries and you see a cheesecake and you're like, man, that's a really nice cheesecake. I love cheesecake. And then you realize like, wait, if I bought this cheesecake, no one would ask questions. They would think I'm like going to do it for like a birthday party or an event or something.
Yep.
But it's all for me, and no one knows. They don't ask you. They don't question you. You can just get the cheese. Nobody checks. Nobody checks that you're buying, that you're getting a whole cheesecake just for yourself, so you can eat it on your couch, just with your bare hands or something. That's what your 30s is like. Like you have money, you stop caring about what other people think, and you have experience, right? And then you realize like now I can start doing things and nobody cares. And the only people that care are people that fucked up in their 30s. You know who fucks up the most? Yeah, you know who fucks up the most in their 30s? A lot of girls, and that's why they're on Twitter, because they fucked up in their 30s and they become rat femmes or red pill female dating coaches, and it's just like, what happened? What did you do wrong? Like, you had everything going for you. Like, my wall was 18. I had to climb the wall at 18 and become what I am today.
Break through it.
You screwed up so bad that you think that because you read one book on dating biology, you can tell me what women like? No, I'm buying the cheesecake and I'm going to eat it all for myself. No one's going to ask me. No one cares. And that's what your 30s is like.
You're so right about that. Where it's like nobody's gonna ask. Like being in your 30s is being able to buy the family share bucket of KFC, go home and eat it all by yourself.
Family size,
and no one cares.
No one cares. It's like family size my ass.
Yeah, I love the candy bars that are called sharing size. I'm like, who am I sharing this with? Who are you kidding me?
Like, why would you?
Yeah, this is all for me.
This is tiny.
They used to call that king size because that we were seen as kings back then. Now they think
we was kings. We was kings.
We was king size. But yeah, that's another thing to think about too.
And
when
they're like,
in your 20s,
you get a little better with the.
He's behind us, isn't he, on the thing?
No, go ahead.
You go ahead. Oh no, I was just gonna say, being in your 20s. And even in your late teens, a lot of people care about what others think, and they want to fit into some kind of societal mold that by the time we hit our 30s, we go, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I just want to.
You go, fuck it.
An individual. Yeah. I'm just going to be an individual and actually be unique. And if society doesn't like it, well, that's too bad. Society can work around me, not me work around society.
No, you were saying something?
Yeah. Give him about 10 seconds.
No, I'm just gonna say that. When the hardest part about becoming 30 is like the getting away from people that messed up all their 20s, men and women, and enjoying it. Like, that's the hardest part, right? Because you're gonna realize like, wait, I did a lot of right things, So you're gonna go start enjoying your life, and then people are going to shame you for it. And then you're just wait, why are you shaming for it? And it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's because they wasted their time, and now you're enjoying yours. Right. And sorry, like, I went through a lot of suffering, to get to this point. And people think that, I just went through a lot of suffering. So I'm eating my cheesecake that I bought, my bucket of KFC for just me. Why can't I eat that?
Yeah,
I have the money. I don't want
money.
Let them eat.
Yeah, Nuke brings a very good point. Sometimes I don't know if this is other people's experiences or not, but I think sometimes once you hit 30 and once you go through the red pill and everything, and your eyes open to the world, it gets a little bit lonely because, like he just said, like the people who made all the bad decisions or whatever, and they're gonna shame you in your 30s for getting what you want. So it's going to get, like, your circle of close people and friends is going to get smaller. You're probably going to end up with like maybe 1, 2, 3, close friends in real life, instead of like having, like 10, 20 people that you used to hang out with in your 20s, and party and have fun with. It's something you got to keep an eye on, so you don't get surprised. Like, where are all these people go? Like, they're busy with their life, or like you guys fell off, because they don't understand what you're going through, or like what kind of beliefs that you have right now.
Mhm.
And you can't just tell people, basically. So you just go and do your own thing and enjoy life.
Oh, that's a thing too. You stop wanting to convince everybody of your mental models. You don't feel that need to defend yourself anymore. You don't feel the need to persuade people anymore. It's you're finally starting to let go and owning what you want, instead of letting other people tell you what you need to want, which is also a great feeling.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, I've hit that, I think, now, because I used to care about what everybody thought about me in my 20s. And I mean, look at the stuff I collect now. Look at, everything I have now. People will be like, wait, how old are you again? I'm like, I'm in my 30s and I'm actually enjoying things that I enjoy. How dare I enjoy things that I like? And now I just don't even care, because, I'll have, just stuff that brings me joy, even if it's not something that's normies might appreciate or like, and I just won't care. It's about, it's interesting is that some people might call this, or call anything like this, like a midlife crisis. When people hit their 40s, or especially guys, they get the things that they start wanting that they wanted back when they were in their 20s, and they get shamed for it.
And they call it the midlife crisis.
Yes.
It's the funniest thing, man.
Yeah, and now that I'm older, or now that I'm getting, I guess there in like a while, it's still a while, but whatever, I understand it more now. I understand why they do it. I remember my dad getting shamed for going through his midlife crisis when he got himself some really cool stuff. And 10 years or 10, 15 years later, whatever, he's still going and buying stuff that he wanted back in his 20s, things like that. He's still a geek now, and I love it. And I'm going, you know what? That's not even something worth shaming. That's actually something, it's, again, that's their individual choice and the things that they want to do that make them happy. And it's kind of interesting how we're the ones that are shamed for that kind of thing, when, I say normies. I talk about, like, you'll have women that'll shame you, and then what do they have? They got their Disney decorations, or things that are usually meant for kids, and that's not shamed. That's seen as normal and just, totally fine, right?
No, absolutely true.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely
just
true.
like you start realizing that no, like, again, no one's looking at you. You like, in your 20s, you're looking for someone to emulate. You start, like, how sad it is, like, to go through your 20s and realize, like, I can't play PlayStation anymore, because that's not becoming, obviously, as long as it doesn't cut into other things, right? But, like, you start realizing in your 30s, you're like, wait, I've been grinding and going to the gym for a fucking decade. I've been working. I've done all these things. All my needs are taken care of. I'm gonna play some PlayStation. like I already earned it. Like, there's no reason. And then, like, your nerdy hobbies, you come back to your nerdy hobbies, and you look at yourself and, like, man, why did I stop doing this? Like, what was I just trying to be cool? Like, why did I stop my nerdy hobbies?
I think it's also
weirdest thing
time
ever. Like, why did I
management.
do that?
I think it's also time management. You have a lot less time in your 20s because you're, like, either busy with college, busy with saving up money, busy fucking around in the gym. Because I remember in the beginning, I thought I have to go 5 days a week for at least 2 hours to get something done. Thank the Lord I don't have to do that again. But the older you get, the more you realize that less is actually more, and that it is quality over quantity as well. And Nuke and I have talked about this before, and Mish and Gov, you can relate as well. Like, with dating, the trenches and things like that, the trenches just get boring.
Yeah,
and then
it
you
does.
get to that point of, would I rather be going on a date with somebody you've never met, or would I rather hang out with you guys on a podcast and whatever? And then you meet that girl and you go kind of like, you know what? This is good. This is fine. She's pleasant. She's great. And you know what you want. And that's the big thing. because of everything you went through, you know what you want. And then when it does show up, you actually can say, yeah, I want to go for this. Instead of that whole, like, is this what I want? Figuring things out. You're way more aware of your own wants and wishes.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you are a single guy. You get to that point of, do I even want to go out?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, once you reach that age, you get to see hopefully you can see the red flags, much sooner. And you can realize, like, is this someone I would like to waste my time on or not? You become very protective of your time. Just like you said, would I rather be, on like meeting this person who could be potentially wasting my time, or I'll just go on a podcast or play a video game or something actually fun. I'm doing it. I'm enjoying my time,
I remember that when I was still dating, that at a certain point I was just like, do I even want to do this? It's like, oh, Nuke is online. Hi, Nuke.
Mhm.
Let's see real quick. Alex Patino for the $10 super chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Unashamedly, I get what I want now.
Yeah,
that
I
can
think.
afford... Hold up. You're running behind
sorry,
again, aren't you?
sorry.
Alex Patino for the $10. Unashamedly, I get what I want now that I can afford to, including this super chat. And Alex Patino, the super chat is appreciated.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Nice. Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, and it's another cool thing. Another cool thing is it's you start looking at all these like masculinity advice podcasts, or when they give you advice and you just laugh at them. You're just like, no, like you figured it out. You're already like know kind of about, you have a lot of experience, and you look at it like, you don't need to have sex with 50 women by the time you're 30. You don't need to do that. It would be nice if 50 women, that's but you don't need to do that. So it's like,
If you
look
don't
at
get
this and
bored
it's like, honestly,
beforehand.
but what you need to do is like, don't go to jail. That's good advice. Don't get a DUI.
Yeah, don't listen to the tape Bible on that.
And don't get a girl. Yeah, don't get pregnant unless you're in love with a girl. That's it. After that, dude, you are smart enough to figure things out on your own. Don't be an idiot. Like, other than that, stay out of jail. Stay off drugs that'll destroy your life. And that's it.
Wasn't that Cappy's advice? Like how to stay out of poverty? Don't go to jail. Finish high school. Don't get a girl pregnant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Simple too. Yeah. Haven't done any of that.
You don't fall for every guru that you see on the internet. You got to hold women accountable. No, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
You cannot. Or you have to be, what was it? That female dating coach on Twitter. What was it? As a younger man, you have to date older women or whatever. It's like, oh God.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember. Nuke, it's somebody you were fighting with.
I remember that. I can't remember the name. Oh my gosh.
I was fighting with someone.
Well, you often do on Twitter. Maybe you have to be
You're always fighting with someone, Nuke.
I think I have to be
me. I'm innocent.
Nuke's best moment in his 30s is finding Twitter.
I was in Twitter in my 20s. I've had Twitter for a long time. I just only tweeted once in a while. And then 2019, I started tweeting a lot, and then 2020, I tweeted a whole bunch. And then because it was like me in the pandemic, there was nothing else to do but being online, terminally online.
Mm-hmm. It was more interesting.
Uh-oh. Hold up. I'm gonna check the chat real quick if that's the real Chesty. It's not the real chest. No, the real chest is moderated.
I was about to say that's a good thing to notice. Yeah.
So I blocked him. So I will either get a very begrudging.
That's probably
I will either get a very begrudging message on Twitter in a moment, or get sued to court, or nothing will happen. Let's wait for the best. What I wanted to get into is what you shouldn't do or what you can do in your 20s so you can make your 30s better. We already mentioned it, like don't go to jail, finish high school, get a degree in something actually worthwhile. Cappy wrote a whole bunch on this one. You can do your market research to find subjects that actually have a job prospect. What I would also advise is get financially educated. That's the big one. If I could start something sooner, it would be investing. I would have loved to have started investing in as soon as I hit 20. Just 10% of every paycheck I got, just invested it, not financial advice. Invested it in some arbitrary conservative index fund. And just let the compound effect do its work. And of course, working out with a very basic training program called 5x5 Strong Lifts. Before I'm asking you what you would like to add to that, Dark Knight Dev for the $5. Thank you very much. Dark Knight Dev, be in control of the birth, like Rolo said. Plus, get rid of your debt and have emergency savings, which is why I'm looking for a second job. Oh, awesome, man. Don't overwork yourself, though, but that's pretty brutal that you're going to do that. So, Nuke, what would you say what you could do in your 20s or what you, what you could do in your 20s to make your 30s better and what you absolutely should not do? I know we don't like to use the word should, but in this case, make an exception.
Get over your ego. You ain't shit yet. That's okay.
Yeah.
You're not important. Your opinions aren't important to the world. You don't have the skills or the level of for anyone to respect you. So stop demanding respect outside of outside of your family and friends. You don't know shit yet, but that's okay. Forgive yourself. You're still young. So yeah, just know your limitations. Know that what may make sense to you today won't probably make sense to you in a year or 2 years. Every year that goes by, your past self should be more and more cringe to you because you're like, damn, I can't believe You should look back at when you're 25. You should look at your 24-year-old self and be like, ugh, I was cringe back then. And then by the time you get 30, you have a decade of cringe to look back on and be like, wow, I'm glad I'm not like that anymore. So I already said, like, don't get a girl pregnant, blah, blah, blah. Always control the birth, whatever that means. Dare I say the V word, the vasectomy word?
Are we going to do it? Are we going to do it?
We're summoning Rolo. He's going to come in the chat like this. You rang.
He's going to go it's like a beacon in the sky for Batman.
Yeah,
but
the V, just a giant V. With scissors. With scissors.
He's going to challenge me on my Slayer shirt like, boy.
High quality man. Yeah.
High quality man.
And then also read a little bit. Do some reading.
Yeah, comic books.
That's what helped me. Reading 48 Laws of Power, Rational Male. It doesn't have to be like self-help. It could be just stories, something that'll improve your speech, improve the way you think. Don't get to your 30s like an idiot. Have a little bit of like self-reflection and have the ability to see a bigger picture of the world, because you don't want to get to 30 and still be so obsessed with celebrities. You don't want to get to 30. Oh my God! Don't tell me he's here.
No, it's not the real one. It's not the.
Oh my God! That's too coincidental. But what I'm saying is, like, come to your 30s with like this mentality, like, hey, I don't matter. What matters is like my performance to the world. So I gotta perform and not be a bitch about it. Not be like, no one cares about me. Like, no, dude. That's the best part of being a man, is that we're not judging our looks. Yeah. We're not judging our look. Imagine if we were judging our looks, dude. We'd be like Tinder hoes, just trying to get laid, just trying to be important to the world by using our, our ability to provide and add value to the world is very important. So make sure that you understand that as young as you can. Stop thinking like a woman. You probably got raised to be a defective woman. Stop thinking like a woman. Nobody cares, and that's okay. You ain't shit. You don't have to matter to the whole world. You know, you only have
Do
to
not, I repeat, do not listen to women.
Yeah, don't listen to her either, because she is in fact a woman. That is the most freaking
Oh my gosh.
ironic video I've ever seen. But yeah, it's just read, you know, get different perspectives, get away from your loser friends. Not today, it doesn't have to be like, but over time, you know, you start seeing that they're like in drugs or want to party all the time and you know that stuff. Start getting away from them, you know, start finding better people slowly. And then when you get to 30, all the stuff that you thought you cared about, like climate change, if you did any social program or issue or all that stuff, you're going to vote for who you're going to vote for. You don't control the universe because you're red pill or you're Republican or you're conservative or you have morals. You don't control anyone. You can only control yourself. And also you start realizing that in terms of women, they're not there to be your friend. They're not there to solve your problems and complete you as a man. They're there for fun. And if they want to be more than that, that's on them. If they want to be on your side and on your team, that's their decision, right? You can't 6 figures your way into loyalty. You know, you can't.
That's a good one. Tweet that.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't 6-pack abs, 6-figure your way into loyalty. I know because I have both. And I've never been able to get loyalty out of a girl simply because of that. I had to really, it's her choice. Women have agency. That is like the final boss of a red pill where everyone doesn't understand that like women have agency. If she wanted to, she would. And then once you get to your 30s, you understand all these things. Assume, don't obsess. It's she's not yours, just your turn. Blah blah blah. All the you know, all the little sayings that we have. You're gonna be
That's
free.
the most important question.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's the most important thing, that she's not yours, it's just your turn, man.
And then one day you're gonna have maybe a wife, a good girlfriend, maybe a couple wives like Mish, Child of Arabia. You can have whatever, you know, you can have all these things, and you're gonna realize, wait, I can still enjoy my nerdy hobbies. My girls still find me attractive. You know, I don't need the most expensive car. I figured it out. And then you're gonna look at the gurus and all the younger guys that, you know, are following them and laugh at them because it's just like, oh, you have so much to learn, my friend, and then you're at peace. That's all you want.
Bruv, do you even have the latest iPhone? Bruv.
Yeah.
No.
Did you fuck 50
What color is your
women?
Bugatti?
Nuke, how
Yeah,
can
did you
you
fuck 50
only
women?
have a 6-pack? You need at least an 8 or maybe a 12.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. Like the superficial, like the girls, I need this, and that. And then you realize like you met a girl at the same level of attractiveness at Salsa Night, on Tinder, or wherever you meet them. And you're just like, nah, dude. Like I have like, that's not how it really is. You're falling for it because you don't have experience, young man. Once you get experience, you're going to laugh at everyone being mad at all this red meat. And you're going to be like, no, that's not how it is.
And
you know.
and you learn 95% of the time that they say, I want this, this, and this. But if the guy is good enough, you know, attractive enough to them, they'll take him regardless if he doesn't have this, this, and this or not.
Yeah,
They
those are
don't-
all afterthoughts to them. Yeah.
Pay attention to who they date or who they draw themselves to rather than what they say. As I always say, pay attention to who they do, not what they say.
Yeah.
Dude, all of these chicks saying that they will not date older women or like, you know, be with other older women. The amount of women that I get because I have white hairs on my face and my head, it's insane, dude. And the amount of women who are into that stuff is also insane. Just they're always gonna talk. They're always gonna say bullshit. But in the end, like in real life, once you get off online on Twitter or whatever and go meet people, you will see like it's different, you know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very true.
everything in
And
real- everything in real life is different. Like what happens online isn't real. Like touch grass, people.
exactly.
The funny thing is, there's a lot of these people who keep claiming, you know, that they will not date older men or like do whatever they want. And I have some DMs of these people, you know, hitting on me, talking to me, you know, they do want something, but like I'm not flying over 12 hours or 14 hours just to see you. Like, fuck off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to address a good point too that Nuke had brought up. It was one of the last points he brought up about the people that you surround yourself with, especially in your 20s, because a lot of people are very impressionable. and they can be very easily influenced by the wrong people. And you surround yourself with those wrong people, and you can end up making a lot of choices that you will regret later on in life. And yeah, if you surround yourself with the right people, the people that keep you positive or support your ideas or critique them and help you improve yourself, then you're doing all right. But if you're around yourself some people that are like, doing criminal things, or just dragging you down, or they're trying to encourage you to, here's another thing you don't want to do, get yourself into debt more. Oh yeah, buy that new car now, you'd look so cool. Yeah, and then you'll be paying on it for the next 6+ years. But yeah, surround yourself with the right people. That's a huge one.
Yeah, there's one thing you don't want to do in your 20s is buy an expensive car because it looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be able to afford that in your 30s and 40s, and you will have so much fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
But in your 20s, like, nobody cares what kind of car do you have. Like, dude, I used to own 2 cars. One of them was a sports car, and one was a family SUV, I would say. All the people who I've known, like all the women I've known, like I've never met them in my sport car. That was the most attractive one. It was a convertible, it was an eye catcher and everything. But I always went with the SUV, and they did not give a shit because they don't care about the car.
Mm-mm. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't want to. I think there's 2 big things you don't want to get yourself stuck with, and that's car debt or college loans too. That's another big one that I always hear Aaron Clary talk about too. That's a very good point. That I think that's one thing I raised myself into, is that I did not want to ever have that debt hanging over my head years later too. I hear it's a nightmare, and I can't relate to that, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I can imagine, dude.
You find out more and more as well. I don't know if you guys ever had this, but I remember people in my direct surroundings who looked like they had it all, like the giant car, the giant mansion, happy family, wife and 3 kids and blah, blah, blah. And then you get a little bit older and you get to see behind the curtain where the youngest son has a drug addiction, or the oldest one has a drug addiction. The middle child is in abusive relationships. The dad has an alcohol problem, and mom wants a divorce for years. And it turns out that the house is underwater, the mortgage is late on payment, and the car is pretty much rented.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it's all fake.
It's all one.
Kayfabe.
Yeah, it's all kayfabe. It's all one giant lie to keep up with appearances for people they don't even care about.
Yeah. I think that's another thing about your 30s is that while you do need maybe a good social media profile to, like, for women, like if you're dating, but you don't necessarily have to be fake. You don't have to like pretend to be someone you're not. Mm-hmm. And you have to always lead with charm and your charisma rather than what like material possessions and stuff like that. So something you learn in your 30s.
Yeah, find yourself rather than trying to draw a crowd, and a crowd will come to you eventually. I mean, anyway, it seems like, and if they don't, who cares?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. You stop caring because you've kind of seen it for what it was. I remember working at the post order company, and I thought, like, that family in my direct surroundings, that was just like one example, but it turned out that like a majority of people acts like that, because at that post order company, you could order on credit. Now, I know for the Americans, credit cards and things like that, but this post order company had a 14% interest per year. 14. And you'd think they use the option for
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? You think they use the option for maybe washing machines, whatever, when an accident happens. Nope. All trinkets and gadgets and goodies. Brand clothing, latest iPhone, PS4 at the time is what it was, new shoes. It's all to buy stuff to impress people with money they don't even have. Gesundheit.
Yeah.
Quit sneezing, Chad Arabia.
That was his parrot.
Okay.
I was bless you anyway.
Anyways, boys, I gotta drop. Sorry, I have to drop early, but it was nice talking to you. We'll catch you up.
Yeah.
Likewise, Mish.
Yeah.
Good to have you around, and all the best. And don't throw your back out when you're throwing them off the rooftop.
Oof.
Just be
my
careful,
God.
Guys, take care and have
Yeah.
fun. Bye bye.
That's how he gets his workout on.
Yeah, jeez.
But yeah, in all honesty, just it's very easy. It's very easy. Like if younger guys are listening to this right now, go get Aaron Clary's Bachelor of Economics. Get the Rational Nil 1 and 2. Not that the other books aren't great, but 1 and 2 is a very good foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Get Ryan Stone's book. Dread just dropped Friday on paperback. Go get it. Haven't read it yet, but go get it. What else we got?
Learn to eat the shit sandwich that is your 20s.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Like learn to work out. Start with 5x5 strong lifts.
Yeah.
And for God's sake, go please read The Millionaire Next Door. Just if there is one book I could give my like 16 or 17-year-old self, it would be The Millionaire Next Door.
Gesundheit.
Sorry.
The dog doesn't
corgi-
like that book.
The corgi is being
That's the corgi recommending the book too.
Yeah.
The Millionaire Next Door. I'm gonna have to look at that too, just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
His little legs.
Aw. Oh, hold up.
Uh-oh.
Put Nuke on full screen.
Yep.
Yeah, there he is. Aw. Best part of the show. Aw. It looks like he's wearing the hat.
Yeah.
Let me mess with him. See if he does the thing.
What thing?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's this thing I do to mess with him, but he doesn't.
Wow.
He's just being a lazy little corgi.
One day I will have a corgi or what's that called? It's not a Saint Bernard. Sorry.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But it's the other one. It's the black version of it.
The African American version.
Caucasian Shepherd?
No, what are
Like
they
the big
called?
giant beasts?
No, what are they called? God damn it. They are
Grande Corso.
no.
No, I'm just
Let me see
kidding.
it. What's it called? It's not a Saint Bernard. It's a
Freaking Ramsey Bolton's dogs.
no. It's like a bear dog.
Yeah, the Russian bear dog, Caucasian Shepherd.
No, it's not that one.
It's not that one?
No.
Another one?
Oh damn! What are those? Okay, I have a photo of it here. No, it's not a Saint Bernard.
You saying it looks like a bear, or it looks like it could fight a bear?
No, it kind of looks like a small bear. But
Okay, let me see. Hold on, I think I might have this.
it's not a Saint Bernard. It's the other one. It's the black and brown and white one instead of the
Is it
white and brown and
Mastiff?
black one.
Mastiff?
No, it's not the Bernice Mountain
Bernice.
Dog.
Mountain. Oh gosh, the name of that mountain dog. There we go.
That sounds
Bernard.
cool. You don't want a corgi with little small
okay.
little legs?
I could see it.
Little Tyrannosaurus arms?
Yep, has
Hey.
T-Rex arms.
Yeah. Let's see. Alex Patino for the $5. Thank you very much. Here's advice for youths. There are apprenticeships programs for people 16 to 24 years old. Best part, you don't have to go to college. You get paid for the train. Yeah, that's a
true.
thing too. Like, what's his name? Alex Hormozy. Alex Hormozy had a video on that. It's like, what can you do today to get like a 6-figure income? And you have traineeships that only cost like $500. It's a month's worth of education, and after that, you are guaranteed a job. It's like if people tell me right now I want to go back to school, my first thought goes to that. It's like, are you sure? Because there are quicker, easier, and cheaper ways to do this.
Yeah, you can also do programming boot camps, which are like 8 weeks or 12 weeks, and then that's a skill you have now. It's a job that you need to keep continuously training and learn new languages, but like it's better than 4 years at a college.
All right, Aquaman.
Thanks, man.
God,
Well,
Jesus, man.
They're just
Thirsty,
coming out
not
like
much.
Jason Momoa in what was it, Justice League? You know, that was
You
great.
need to stay hydrated. Also, in your 20s, stay hydrated, man.
Yes.
2 liters a day. 2 liters.
Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.
Stay so hydrated that you're a water type. Anyway,
Damn.
Oh, so funny. Yesterday, so Traddy's daughter, who is like 1.5. How old is she? Oh my God, she's almost 2. Forgot about that. She's born around Christmas. She's almost 2. But his son had like a Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander stuffed toy.
perfect.
And she was walking around, and I saw those stuffed toys. I'm like, give me a moment. So I put the 3
In front of the kid.
I put them in front of the kid. I'm like, now we wait. Now we wait.
Yeah.
She
Biggest
picked
decision of your childhood.
That's
Yeah,
that's
biggest-
one goal right there. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, I saw it. It's like, that was amazing. She picked Squirtle. She picked Squirtle. The ginger baby picked Squirtle. Loved it.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Squirtle makes the first gym easy. The
Second one is
gym, little
I just-
maybe.
no,
I just
no,
like
no, wait.
turtles, so you know, I mean,
You're right.
there's my Blastoise.
Is
you
that a
know.
first edition?
I don't think it's real, but I bought. It's supposed to be a coaster, but I was like, that looks so cool because it looks like a legit card in there.
Holy shit.
I'm like, there's no way that's real. Not for what I bought it for, but I was like, that's a pretty cool design. But yeah, I like turtles. I was like, yeah, this is probably the closest I'll ever get to having a first edition Blastoise, but you know,
Nice.
that's my dream card.
Oh, that's pretty dope. But what was Nuke saying? Oh, yeah, the first gym. Yeah, you're right. Brock is easy. Then you've got Misty. That's going to be harder. Then you've got Lieutenant Surge, which would be abysmal with Squirtle.
Well, by that time you can get Diglett or Jiggly,
Yep.
and you'll run through Lieutenant Surge like.
Oh
You can even get a Doug Trio in that cave.
Yeah, if
was
you
such
walk
a
around, there's like a
nightmare.
1 in 20 chance to get a Doug Trio.
And they were
Something like that.
beefy too. They were hard to fight too, unless you were leveled up enough. They were even
Yeah.
with a Squirtle or anything.
And they learn Earthquake at like level 30 something or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
Earthquake was like so overpowered in that game.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, you should just get a Mill Nidoran and get a Nidoking. That's the best thing you can do.
Nido, yeah. Just start with that, and then I always liked Victory Bell just because I like pitcher plants in real life, but they're pretty fun to use too. Put them right to all the powder moves. Give them all the powder moves, and then like one like Vine Whip or something like that, and
You
tear them
You
apart.
could catch a Paris before Misty
Yeah.
and use that, but then Paris is already so weak that Misty usually bubble beams it, even though it's resistant.
Because her
Misty will
Starmie's
bubble
a
beam it to
beast.
death.
You can catch Pikachu in Viridian Forest.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
true.
also
too.
another one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. I mean,
make
if you
sure-
have that.
Just make
Yeah.
sure it's well trained before Misty, because Misty's
She's a
strong. Like she's a freaking beast.
She's my favorite for a reason.
Misty has what is that attack again? It's not Bubble Beam, it's the other one. It's there's a certain attack, a certain water attack that's very annoying that can confuse your
Oh,
team as
that-
well.
There's Water Pulse, but that's in the like later.
Yeah, that's
games.
Water Pulse. Water Pulse.
Yeah,
is
but I'm
good.
talking about like the original, like when you like red and blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know. But we're kind of falling off the topic here, and I see the viewers drop. It's like, hey, I thought my audience grew up in the same area we did. It's like, hey,
No,
you
they're
wanna
in their
be-
20s. That's why they're listening.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you wanna be like us? This is Pokemon advice for dating. That's what it is.
Essentially, guys, don't use protection. Control the birth. You're not shit. It's okay to eat the shit sandwich. You're not special. You're not important yet.
Yeah.
Girls will reject you. Get over it. Stay away from shit people. You know, people that that are low achievers or something like that. People that
Stay
don't
away
care.
from
Don't
Yeah,
have kids.
drugs.
Yeah, did we mention that?
Yeah, don't do weed. Weed is for losers. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me on that one, but like seriously, weed is for losers.
Climb at your
Work
job.
out.
Yeah, if there's a certification you
Oh.
need for your job, get it. If your job pays for it, get it. You know.
Oh, dude, just get a job, any job.
Take
Stop,
advantage of what your job will offer you, no matter what job it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Especially if
best
they give you
advi-
like free training, like take that training. You need it.
Yeah, best advice from Mark Manson in Models is like get a job, any job, get an income. Just get an income, eat the shit sandwich, go to a call center. I don't freaking care where you go, but go there, do it. Start investing, 10%, not financial advice, into what you find or what you are comfortable with. Read the books like Millionaire Next Door, Richest Man in Babylon, Rich Dad, Poor Richard Retirement.
That's one I want to read too. Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, Rich Dad, Poor Dad's pretty good. The advice is pretty simple.
I forgot. Watch less red pill content. It's just gonna piss you off. Like, don't watch it. Watch as little as you can muster. You know.
Yeah, I'll even say too, if it comes to finances or anything like that, I mean, I hate to name drop here too, but Dave Ramsey's got some really good advice too.
Oh,
really good. And I've learned that more recently. My parents used to listen to him. My grandfather did everything. I used to think it was so boring, and now I listen and I go, that stuff actually makes sense. And I've applied some of those things, and it works so far. So it's worth mentioning too, because it's a really good. It's a really good show to listen to, or books. Things like that.
Watch less red pill content. Like, that shit will piss you off. Try to less like your online time and what you get from online. Like, try to like mute words. Like, if there's a war going on, mute those words. You don't want to get images of people dying. Like, that's not your problem. That's not your fault. You know, you could like control who your interactions are with. You know, no one really cares about your opinion unless, like, just realize that you have a life to live. Your 20s are a beautiful time, but they're not the time. You need to act accordingly to what your 20s are. So, like, you're free. No one cares. That's a great thing if you really think about it. And, don't worry about what some slut does 1,000 miles away from you. Your red pill rage phase, if you're going through a rage phase, the more outrage content you watch, the longer it's going to last. Those are years you're never going to get back, So try to like get over that as fast as you can. And live your life and try to do the best you can. Like, no one's going to be mad. Like, just do the best you can. That's all.
If there's one thing I also want to add to that is don't give up your social life. Like, if you get into the self-development space in your 20s and you see a lot about like keep grinding and my friends
no days off. Yeah.
Like, no days off. My friends are out right now drinking, but I'm working on my hustle. You're missing out some good memories. I'm not saying go out and get flat out drunk, but go make some memories when you can. Like, if you do 80% of the work during the week, you can use the other 20% to take some rest during the weekend. I've given up parties and things like that because I worried about my fucking macros. Don't be like me. Don't be autistic like me.
You can see your friends once a week and have a good time, guys. It's not the
exactly. I see him every. I see my friend that I knew. Keep your circle of friends small, and have them become, really close best friends after a while. Like my best friend that I've known since junior high school, since I was 11 years old. I still keep in touch with him every day, and he lives up in Dallas, a good 4 hours away from me now. But I still see him every 6 months, maybe 3 to 6 months, something like that. And every time we see each other, it's like we just saw each other the previous day. And it's those kind of friends are the ones you want to keep. The rest of them, they'll come and go. You'll have people come and go, but if you can keep a good, tight circle of friends that give you positivity and give you good influence, then you'll do just fine.
Yeah. It's like we mentioned, like, don't hang out with the wrong people. Don't, like, if you want kids, go for it, but don't knock up the wrong person, things like that.
And another thing that, it goes back to something I always enjoy saying. One of my favorite things is quality over quantity. Have something really good quality over having too much of something.
Yeah. And every girl's practice. Don't get caught up on every single girl you meet. Every girl is just practice, whether it be sex. I know this is a terrible thing to say, but whether it be for sex, just interaction, banter, understanding female nature. Don't be afraid. Yeah. If you get ghosted, dude, it's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. You're not a loser because a girl ghosts you, right? Approach women, say stupid, look stupid. And by the time you're 30, you should have a little bit of charm and game so you could be able to start getting the girls that you actually like. So every girl's practice.
Yep.
Pretty blunt. Jesus. Guys, where can people find you?
That's a good question. No, I don't
He's hiding
remember.
from the law.
You can find me here at home. No, find me on Twitter at GOV_Megatron. That may change soon, but that's gonna stay my tag for right now. And Governor Megatron on YouTube, which I really want to continue making content on there eventually once life is not so busy right now. So
good. Nuke.
You guys can find me putting my link tree in the chat, so you can find me in my link tree, whatever you want to follow me on. Twitter is where I spend most of my time. And then I do shows at 7 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. I talk about either game, I talk about red pill stuff. And Sundays, this show, of course, 10 a.m. every Sunday. And then Saturdays, Dragon Ship at 12:30. And then if you guys need one-on-one coaching, just email me at nuclearcalillo@gmail.com. And if you guys want to subscribe to my Patreon and support me there, you can subscribe to my Patreon. And also YouTube memberships are open. And follow me on YouTube, guys.
Awesome. So that's it from us. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below your thoughts of this show. And if you want to support the channel, you can click the join button, get access for free to my version of the Book of Puck audiobook and the Gendernomics audiobook bundle, plus the weekly coffee cast. I will see you guys soon, and I will probably do a show on Tuesday about home math. He had a video about relationships, and there were a couple of things in there that I disagreed with. And I want to put forth perspective. So I'll see you guys soon. Cheers. Say goodbye to the dog.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Corgi.